Happy Friday, y'all. Today I am finally going to show you. I've actually been hanging on to this for quite a bit. Haven't had a chance to show you, but this is the Simplified Undated Homeschool Planner. Yes, I grabbed it. And the Simplified 2023-2024 Daily Planner and some accessories. So stick around with me. I'm going to have timestamps if you're only interested in watching one or the other. So stick around.
You look at me and see that I'm the type of girl you're not really that used to.
Welcome back, friends. If you're brand new to my channel, my name is Arlene with Arlene & Company. As I said before, I have 2 planner reviews and accessories to go over with you. Look at the timestamps if you're only interested in seeing one of the 2. You don't have to hang out with me the whole time, but it would be lovely if you do. I have the Undated Simplified Homeschool Planner. I have reviewed in the past over on my IGTV channel, which is not called IGTV anymore because I just did away with it, whatever. The teacher planners from Simplified, those were dated before, but they also last year came out with the Undated Homeschool Planner, and I was very, very curious, but I held off on it, but I finally purchased it, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. And I also purchased the daily planner. Now I'm going to tell you the daily planner from Simplify is like among my favorites. Start with the homeschool planner, friends. Okay, let's start with the box. I mean, you guys know every single year that I review the Simplify teacher planner, which was, mad rad. It was one of those years that I actually used it the entire time, and I typically use 2 homeschool planners, one for forward planning and one for record keeping. But then I also bounce between like another planner just because I review planners and I like to give an authentic feedback on it. All right, so the box is like a keepsake in its own, and I have every single one of my teacher planners. So this one is specifically, normally we had like the teal, let me show you. From the teacher box, and I can't, like the lighting is kind of getting a little yucky, but it's such a beautiful box, and I keep all kinds of keepsakes in here. It actually has my kiddos' hospital, their newborn stuff from the hospital in there. And I know it's a weird thing to keep, but I needed somewhere to put it, and I don't have it in a scrapbook or anything like that. You would think I do, but I don't. But I absolutely love these boxes, and this is a few years old, and you can see it's holding up pretty nicely. I had to take a minute to acknowledge the box. Okay, so in here, and that's one of the accessories, so hold on to that. You have, this is like double wrapped. It comes very nicely protected when you receive it. I already have obviously taken it out, and I've also experimented with like a mock layout on it as well. So at the time of this video, the homeschool planner is still on sale. It was at $40. I had a discount code too that I used on top of that. I do have a referral code that I can give you guys if it's your first time shopping with Simplified. It will give you $15 off your $50 or more purchase. So you'll find that link in my description box below, and that will take you to that discount. But you have to be a new customer to get it. They have a play on their signature happy stripe in this Undated homeschool planner, but it's not the happy stripe, obviously. It has like more of a squiggly lines, and it just looks really nice and pretty. It's not exactly a matte finish. These are a chipboard. I mean, it does look, it's not a shiny finish, but it is pretty. It has like the gold edges. You have the wire O bindings, which I think they look absolutely beautiful. I never have issues with it, but I know there are people that either love it or hate it. With the wire O binding, you just have to remember you can't close it from like the back. You have to close it midway and then close it from the front, okay? And that's just how the binding here. This was a partnership with Other Goose, and I can tell because I believe that page has more of, I already have stuff in here. Let me take this out. Like younger kiddo stuff, but I was afraid that the planner was going to be very like young kid directed, and thankfully that wasn't the case. Made in partnership with Other Goose. It comes with a card just like the teacher planner came with, and it's the work you do matters, and it just says thank you for the work you do, the love you give, the sacrifices you make, the inspiration you provide, the encouragement you share. And then there's a free printable library, so if you want to try like different layouts, or you need extra sheets or the checklist or whatever. Their free library has all kinds of stuff. So you want to check those out. And especially if you want to try out their daily planner layouts, if you want to try their weekly or whatever, it will be in their free printable library. So you can try the layouts before you purchase and check those out. You have starting here, this is 80-pound paper. It is not as smooth as plum paper and not as gritty as EC, as Erin Condren. So it's somewhere in the middle. So it still has a little bit of a grit to it that is not super smooth. If you guys know me, I love the style of plum paper. I don't love the paper because it's too smooth for me. So this is somewhere in the middle if you are a paper snob like me and want to know that information. It says belongs to, you have their normal marketing type of pages and a letter from Emily and a letter from Erin, which is your homeschool community for the early years. So, okay, so I was right. I was trying to remember. I've been reviewing so many different things, so I'm trying to remember like the founders and everything of every single one. It's kind of hard to keep track. So she definitely has a page with early years things. It's not no longer relevant to me, but you know, it may be relevant to you, so you can check that out. Here is where it varies from the teacher planner. And now this year, if you were looking at the teacher planner, there is also Undated from Simplified. It usually was dated in previous years, and those are the ones that I have bought. But now it's also Undated. So now that they have this homeschool version, unless you absolutely must have the other cover, you're probably better off just buying the homeschool version because your weekly layouts are going to be pretty much the same. All right, so you have family mission statement, you have core values, mission statement. This is where Simplify shines, is in their prep pages, in their planners. They still keep it very simple, as the name implies, but it's very intentional and having nice framework that you can refer back to as you're planning each week. That is something that I love, even if they're a teacher planner, that it had this like cheat sheet that you go back in your beginning pages, right? And I really enjoy that. Here under your personal goals, you have healthy homeschools begin with healthy leaders. And in what areas do you personally hope to grow with in this year? What few specific ways you can work towards each, be specific, and so on and so on. So you have areas for certain goals, and these are your personal goals, not your children's goals. There's gonna be an area for that. You also have that area for the mission statement, which is something that we've had since day one. So I like that it gives you room to place that right in the planner. So especially when you're having those really hard days, you can go ahead and refer back to it and remember your why. All right, and these bend back just the same. This is what I love about YRO. YRO can be tricky, especially if it's not done well, and pages can, you know, like if it comes out or something like that, they easily come back in because of YRO. You just like, you know, can use pliers or your fingers just to like press it back down. But if you're working in bed on a sofa or whatever, and you're not working on a hard surface, this is like a sturdy, like back, you know, like if you're working on a clipboard. So it's very easy to take it with you. Now, these planner is a larger profile than your Erin Condren planner. It is, you know, because of the chipboard and stuff like that, it is a bigger planner. So goals, plans, books, ideas, meals, and notes. You notice that you don't have monthly tabs in this planner like you usually did in the past for the teacher planner. You don't have that here because it's an undated planner, and you decide what where you're going to do it, and you also decide all your months are also going to be in the front. So you don't have those monthly tabs because there's no in between, right? And I failed to talk about the folder. This, I love this color, by the way. This was like sold me. So this will sit a full size paper. You're probably not gonna get more than 1 or 2 sheets in there. I mean, good, like with probably just like 1 sheet of paper in here. More than that, it kind of just gets really snugged. But just wanted to mention that it does fit a full size paper, which is not typical. But because of the chipboard, this does have a larger profile than your EC or, you know, similar planners. Then you have your child-specific goals. You're given ample room for child-specific goals. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, So for up to 6 kids, and you could also group them. So let's say you have more than 6 kiddos, you can go ahead and group them, and especially if they're in similar grade levels, or you have a lot of room here to really detail those things and break it up if you have more than 6 kids. But you do have room to express 6 individual goals for the school year, for the semester, or however. Maybe you don't have that many kids, so maybe you want to break them up by seasons. And like for me, I can do 3 turns. Is break it up by quarters. You can do semester 1, semester 2, or making like quarterly or whatever it may be. However you want to break it up, you can do that and play around with it with the allotted amount of space that you're given. So you have all those goal sheets, and they're color coded as well. So you can also follow this color coded method throughout the planner if you want to designate a certain color for a child. So I'm just giving you some planner tidbits along the way. All right, so these pages are very similar to the teacher planner and what I'm used to. This is looking back and looking ahead. So what worked last year, what didn't work last year, ideas for the new routines, things I like to do with my kids in this year. Then you have some tidbits that has you reflect on and ask you questions that help you guide you into what it means to look back at the last 12 months. Consider what worked well in your home. Also consider what did not work. List those routines, systems, commitments, all these type of things of what worked, and giving you an example of what they mean so you can use these pages very intentionally and really get the most out of it. So this, again, the prep pages for me is where Simplified, where it's at, right? That is what, to me, sets them apart from other planners. I will still consider this in the luxury lines, because the sale price of $40, and don't quote me on that because it may change whenever you watch this, it's still a luxury planner because it's normally in the 60s. All right, and the paper quality also brings it up to there. Then you have a page for your weekly routine. So these are like weekly tasks, things that you want to take in consideration as you're planning out your week. Again, these are cheat sheets that you're going to have to help you plan your weeklies, right? So you have this thing now that you can reflect back and you can reference for whatever reason as you plan out your month, your week, or however you plan. Then you have a space for daily routines. So what is your daily routine in AM and daily routine in PM? Habits and things like that, all these things. And then they're making it more specific to homeschooling settings. So that's where it varies a little bit from the teacher planner, is that they're making sure that they mention things that are relevant to us, right? So after that page, and see, it always feels so thick, I'm trying to break it apart, but that's the page, is thick, right? So, and the difference is, again, EC uses 80-pound Mohawk paper, so they have that very gritty paper, which is awesome sauce. I love it. And this has still 80-pound paper, start white. They give you this slot here. I do like that it starts with an academic year versus saying July, not saying July until the second page. That's a big get up, but it does give you a start in August. And we know as homeschoolers, we're planning way before August for the new school year. Most of us are, even if you don't school year round and you start your school year then. But these are easy fixes that you can change it around if you need this to say July or even June. And whatever you need to do, you can just use the stickers that it comes in the back and relabel this if you like. But they do have this space for important dates. It's not 2 pages like the EC planner. I keep referencing that because I just reviewed the EC planner for you guys, just so you can comparison if you haven't chosen what you want to do. I always like to give you choices and give you ideas as I'm giving these reviews. All right, so then you have their grid paper. It does have the little flag there and a space to write the date. On here, you'll see the tab that you've entered for plans, and you first have these grid pages. After the grid pages, you go into your monthly layout. As you can see, this is a very large profile that gives you ample amount of space, especially if you're someone that wants to be a one planner type of person. I will tell you how that may be possible in this planner, and it's also very possible in the EC planner, depending on how much you need from your planner. If you're looking for more all-in-one that is already scripted and dated for you, you probably want to look at like something like the well-planned day. If you want to have like something that is just very, scrapbooky, that you can make it your own, it's inexpensive, then look at your school nest planners. So we can go on this all day. All right, so you have the note tabs here on the left-hand side. You have the space here for the month. You have their signature pineapple, and then you just, use stickers or write it out. It has a Sunday start on here for your month, and you can tell obviously it's undated. So you decide if you're going to use sticker dots for dates or you just write it in. As they're very well known for, they're going to have a simplicity tip. So this is where I wasn't sure if it was always going to be geared towards younger kiddos, and I think there's a good balance reading them all. So your home is not a school. Make the most of the benefit you have under your own roof. Take brownie bakes, try a read aloud in the hammock, or ditch math for a board game. I will say that it's well balanced. It is well balanced. I will say that some of the simplicity tips may lean a little bit more relaxed than I am. And you guys know I'm like, there's no unschoolish vibes in my corner of the internet. But I do appreciate that there's a small thing. You could always put a sticker over if it doesn't really pertain to you. So one of the most impactful resources you can offer your children might be just a mile or two away. Have an uncle who fishes, an aunt who bakes, a best friend who speaks Spanish, a neighbor who drums. Invite them over to show you your kids a thing or two. It takes a village indeed. So I do like that some of them is just a little bit too relaxed for me, but that's fine because I can take it and leave it. That's just me. So anyways, you can see these, and these are all gonna be the same. They're color coded for the days of the week, and you're gonna see how that matches on your lesson plan pages, and that continues on. So you have all your months together, which I appreciate when it comes to an undated planner, because I will mess up every single time with an undated planner when the months are in between. That's just a thing. So I like it. So I'm going to show you a blank page. I did like a mock-up in here, but let me show you a blank page. So you have enough for your full year of lesson plans, right? And this is my little critique here, is that it already has the dates designated for you. And okay, this may be a great thing for you because you're like, oh, great, I don't have to write the dates at least, I could just write the actual date, but not the day. But it has it Monday through Friday here, which makes this a horizontal planner and makes it a 5-day-a-week planner. So what I suggest you do, if you're a vertical planner, is either white this out or use a sticker over it, or and then write your days on top, which you have. Then you'll have this, even though this is going to have a flag, you have 7 plus a sidebar, your subjects. So I would actually write the subjects on here. If you have more than 5 subjects, maybe that wouldn't exactly work for you, or maybe you could combine it because it's a big enough space. And then you write the days of the week there. And that way you also have space for the weekend, or you leave it as is and then write weekend plans here, or you use this as I do as like a prep section or things like that. So this is something I just did like a quick mock-up. It's not like, it's just an outline. And this is actually some EC stickers. I put the block's name on here, and then I put the days of the week. I don't need it to be one planner, so I use this as prep and then some extra to do. So this is just a mock-up of switching it around and making it a little bit different. This was like a special day. So again, I just wanted to play around with it and see if it worked the same way as before. Because at first glance, it kind of looked like the margins was a little bit bigger than the teacher planner. But then I looked back at my old reviews. Since we had to like downsize and stuff, I don't have, I used to keep all my planners. I can't do that anymore. I don't have the space for it. So they get like recycled or whatever. So I didn't have it to like refer back to my old ones. So but I did look at the video and the margins seem absolutely the same. So at first glance, it looked like it was small, like, you know, I had a smaller amount of space, but it didn't. And then as I planned out, everything pretty much fit, but just I wanted you guys to see a page like written out, and so you can imagine how it can work for you differently or the same. So then you would keep this the same if you're going to plan horizontally, and then you have more space for subjects. So that's the benefit of doing it horizontally. You have, if you're a Charlotte Mason homeschooler and you have a feast of subjects that you do, then that is more for you. But you can reimagine this and do, you know, your days of the week and maybe just write on the margin the subject, so you don't have to use this whole box for the subject. Anyways, they're just different ways. So it is undated. I wish the day wasn't written on there, but I get why they did that. I think it's helpful for some people. For my personal take, I wish it wasn't there, but that's totally fine. You know, it's there. I actually really recommend this planner. I think it's awesome. I think it has just what a lot of homeschooler needs. I think it's a great option. I'm just gonna mention the little things that I'm gonna mention because that's what I do, even with brands that I absolutely love. The tabs are a little weird to me, not the look of it, but if you can see, I open with the books. I tend to open a tab. If this is the tab, I think this is the first page. Maybe that's just me, but it's not. You have to open the tab with before. Does that make sense? So instead of opening to here and thinking this is going to be your first page, you have to like retrain your brain and know that it's before, the slot before is going to have the pages. And then you start from there. So that was a little odd to me, but maybe that's a me thing. I don't know. So here is the reading log. I really love that they give you ample amount of space for reading logs. You have the date, the title, the author, and you have several of these pages, and you can do this individualized for each child. You can do family read alouds, whatever it may be. But then here you also have a sections books to read. So maybe you have a running library list or things like that, or for independent reading. You have to use these pages, in a way that you're going to have ample amount for the whole year, because we guys know that homeschoolers read a lot more books. But you have quite a few of these pages, so you can individualize them per kid or per program, however you want to do. Maybe you have Blossom and Root, then you have Build Your Library, then you have Oak Meadow, whatever it may be. Then you have some pages for field trip ideas. Maybe you want to just white out the ideas and just list out the field trips that you attended, or maybe you just want one to be a draft and one of the ones that you actually attended. So again, that is a great idea as well. So again, if I went to ideas, I would go ahead and open the tab this way, but I have to remember that the page actually starts before. Again, tell me, is that just me? I don't know. That is like a little, I don't know, maybe it's just my ADHD brain. I don't know. But you have these field trip idea pages, then you have projects. So these are nice, like they're designated as projects, but maybe you want it to be something else, and then they just become note pages for you. But you can go ahead and list project ideas or assignments that you want to do, or projects as a family, any hands-on experiments you want to do, things like that. Or and then you have lists for supplies. Again, this is a very intentional planner. It has the pages, like you can tell that someone that homeschool collaborated with this, right? So it has quantity and supplies and that as well. So you have a few pages of this, again, giving you ample pages for that. So here is where I say this definitely could also be an all-in-one planner for you. You would just have to add a slot in the weekly lesson plans for the weekends, such as the sidebar or something like that, because they also have meal plans. I like this because we do a lot of kitchen schooling. So my son still says he wants to be a chef, so we incorporate that into our weekly plans, like, coming up with the groceries, coming up with the meal plans, coming up with recipes and things like that. So I love that they have a space for that, but also meal planning comes like naturally part of your day. And some of you have your kiddos in the kitchen with you, some of you don't. So maybe you're planning out some quick snacks that you're gonna have because they want to eat all the time, whatever it may be. But you have these pages here. Again, I don't understand this. Like, I don't get why the tab is here. I don't know why this bothers me so much, but it does. So it's not there. It's a smooth turn with the wire O, and it looks freaking awesome. I love it. You can see the exact page count of everything on there. They're listing. I'm not gonna spend the time on that. And then you have some note pages. So here on your next tab, which oh, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let this go, I promise. All right, so you have the line pages, and you have a decent amount of pages here to use as notes, just maybe brain dump or mapping or planning. And then you have this, after your notes, you have this area, which I would suggest like flagging, because if you didn't look at every single page, you wouldn't probably know that this was here. Is the quotables. I like this. I feel like maybe another tab or maybe something. It's like for quotables, for you to jot down things that your kiddos say and then you want to remember, things like that. So that's cool. And then at the back of it, again, like I feel like we're missing a divider. Like I get that these are notes, but I feel like it's missing a divider. Again, these are tiny little things. This is easily fixable. I'm always gonna have like something that I wish it was different, but you're not gonna please everyone. I think it's done fantastically. It's awesome. It's just, these are tiny little things. So here you have resources, login information, especially with us with the older kiddos. I have like a lot of online components and things like that, and different logins. You can keep that all in here if you like. And then you have the sticker pages. So their sticker pages are pretty rad. I love the quality of them. I love the dots. These look really nice on the stark white paper. So just be a nerd with me for a second. Kind of like open source ones that you can do with whatever. And then you have like these specific ones, like this, it says TGIF. And these are different than your teacher planner, right? And you have like different little symbols that you can do, like, you know, and this, I would think this is for science. Maybe you can do this for ELA, for art, for science, sports, music, you know, different type of things that you can do, or reimagine it however you like, drama, 100 Day of School, I'm imagining, or whatever not, celebrations and such. And then here are some of their more typical ones, but they have like a little bit of a different saying on some. So here it says day off, follow-up, planning day, check-in, reference, brainstorm. It has like one of their little stickers, which I love those. The yay, and if you know about Simplify and the history about yay and Grace Not Perfection from Emily Lay, and you got this. These are really, really cute stickers. I love these. These are your functional flags. So you have, again, the follow-up, planning day, reference, field trip, party time, meet, coffee, brainstorming, check-in, supplies, refresh, so on and so on and so on, in all the different colors. And then you have empty, wait, did we? 1, 2, maybe it's 5, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so I was wrong. There's 5 pages of stickers. I don't know how I counted 4 before, but there's 5 pages of stickers. So I think the teacher planner had 4 and this has 5. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, that's why I was used to the teacher planner having 4. Like this beautiful, almost that Tiffany type of blue, but not as teal. Has standard of Grace Not Perfection. I love this color they chose. This colorway is just gorgeous. And again, this is a wire O binding, so you're gonna close from the middle, and this is a big book, and then slide it over. All right, so you're not gonna be able to close from the back because of how the wire O works. So this is what it looks like. And that is your homeschool planner from Simplified, Undated. And I'm now gonna show you, go move into the daily planner and accessories if you wanna stick around. All right, so last year I took a break from Simplified and I tried using my Hobonichi cousin as my daily planner. I love my Hobonichi cousin. I absolutely adore it. But daily pages is something that really felt like it didn't do much for me. And I think it's because I'm just so used to having that intentional plan and prep from the daily planner from Simplified. So nice to have those prep things, and I don't know. So let's take a look at my accessories that I got. This is one of their new ones. There is a couple colors that are already sold out. Again, I ordered during launch day, and this just clips on. Let's just put it on here. You can put it on anything. So you notice I didn't have a pen loop. So you can put it up top, you can put it on the side, and I'm set way back. And then you can put your pen loop right on there. That looks super cute. And you can do it on the side. And then you can do that. I picked this color because I felt like this color matched this planner and that one. I'm not sure that I'm gonna use this planner this year. I may save it till next year or so, but I wanted to grab it because I really wanted to share it with you guys. I wanted to go ahead and purchase it and have it on hand. And I was afraid that it wouldn't exist anymore, but I did reach out to them, and for the foreseeable future, this is the cover that they're gonna have for a while. There's not gonna be a new cover for a while, and they're gonna still be offering it. So that is what they said to me, so just in case anybody's worried it's going away. But look, that's super cute, I love that. All right, so that's the pen loop. It works with the daily planner too. And then I always grab their bookmarks. Their bookmarks, if you are having difficulty picking a cover, the bookmarks is where it's at, because these are all the covers that I loved from this year's collection. And there's one more that I should have gotten. And these are like, I don't know, $6 or so. They work really well, but now I have a piece of every cover. You could also get these in the notebooks too, that has a cover. Those are pretty inexpensive. So if you really love another cover and you don't know what to choose, get the bookmarks, and that's like the interior cover, by the way. This is the interior cover of those planners. So that's a little clue too. Look at this one. This one is super pretty. This one's called the Golden Hour, and this was like the coastal stripe, I wanna say. I may butcher the names. They have all these like really pretty names and stuff like that, and sometimes I forget about it. This is Chinoiserie, a midnight Chinoiserie, which gave me all kinds of vibes, and I absolutely adore this one. And I had to get the bookmark on it, so you can see that there. So pretty. We'll look at that on the pages in a second. Inside the box, obviously this is a beautiful gift. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, it's beautiful. This year, they usually have those navy boxes for their daily planners or the daily signature planners, but this is their 15-year anniversary. So they have this beautiful, like, you guys know this is my color. You've seen the decor in my home. It's just beautiful. So here it comes with a card for you with the information of the video library and all that stuff. So mine is Midnight Chinoiserie. I literally had to practice saying this word. And it tells you the story behind it, because they come up with a story for each of the planners. So this one says, Midnight Chinoiserie is our most mysterious design yet. Always holding a secret in her smile, Midnight Chinoiserie is layered, complex, and empathetically bold. With heart and experience, she creates her own style and follows her own rules. Like you, she's quite proud of who she is and where she comes from, blazing her own path forward. In her layers, you may spy a blue bird, a pair of bees, a pair or two. What do they mean? Keep exploring to find out. Never lose your edge. Never sacrifice your specific story. Meet us at the secret garden at midnight. So to me, the story, like the cover matched me, the story matched me. I loved it. So if you're having trouble like picking the cover, look at the story and see if one of them just totally fits you. So this comes with like planner coaching. So once your planner starts, you get like these monthly emails that helps you like, you know, just simplify your life and how to plan it, things like that. This was much nicely wrapped before, but I have already, of course, opened it. This starts in August. I wish they started in July. That's my only hang up with the daily planner. I wish it started in July. All right, so this is gorgeous. My only hang up with this particular cover is that I'm not a purple person, but it's a little bit of more of a lilac, so I'm okay with it. I wish it was like a bluish tone, or maybe it picked up one of these and they would have been absolutely perfect for me. But this cover ultimately, same covers are gonna be available if you're a calendar gal, and you want your planner to start in January. They're gonna release those, or I think it's September. Anyway, so they have that available. There's all kinds of hidden creatures and things like that. There is a fairy in here, and it came with a newsletter that you have, like, you know, you cross off and try to find everything that is hidden inside this cover, which is super fun and rad. There is something different about the texture of the Simplified planner this year. I don't know, because last year I skipped Simplified, and obviously I came back because I missed it. I don't know if this change happened last year or if this is new this year, but it's smooth. It's still that chipboard, but it's like, it just feels nice to like just caress. Sorry, planner girl thing. You have the same gold edges protecting here, the wire old gold binding. One of the other differences, in case you have seen a Simplified planner from me before, is that now instead of the pocket being here, there is a pocket folder that is two-sided. So you have that in here that you can use for like stickers or whatever, little notes and stuff like that. It comes with this one single sticker sheet that you can add, especially that little launch day, so you can keep track of next year's. You have the nameplate page for Simplify. Same thing, their marketing page, the letter from Emily, and then here is their process of simplifying. So on these beginning pages, you're gonna have all like their prep work, their 30-day challenge that they do, and that's also available for free, all in here to help you. I can tell you, I have adapted a lot of these things throughout the years, and it has made meaningful change in my lifestyle, and I absolutely adore it. And then this is things like how to use your Simplified planner, caring for it, and things like here. And it's kind of just small. Again, it's simple. This is it's a smaller. It's a skinnier profile. You have your 2023 and 2024 calendar here. This goes from August to July. You have your holidays that are on here, and obviously this doesn't reflect every single holiday. And then preparing for a new year. So you have like that homeschool planner or teacher planner. You have those prep pages. You also have them in your daily planner. So preparing for a new year, what worked last year, what didn't work last year, ideas for new routines and healthy habits. Again, this is gonna be a profile that you can just take around with you. It's a hunky one because you have a full year in one book, so you can see the size of that coil. But you can take it around with you, so that is like a smaller profile page. I can tell you I have no issues fitting everything I need in these pages, but maybe if you need something bigger, you can look at their new weekly planner. I think one of the colors are still in stock, but you can check that out. Ideas for new routines, and then you have the Monday through Sunday there, and then I'm not obviously reading the tips and stuff like that you would just need to buy the planner and look at all that. But morning routine, evening routine, so a little bit reminiscent. You see how it crosses over to their other planners, like their homeschool planner and teacher planner. They have these same ideas, but different amount of spacing. So here is the simplicity challenge that they do, and you'll see them in the Instagram page. They'll count it down like at the beginning of your move in from a planner, and especially on January for the calendar year, people, you can go ahead and start the simplicity challenge, or you can do it at any point. But it has all these marks like walk your home with a trash bag, or 5, be ruthless, papers, receipts, tags, empty bottles, and go. So I love all the different ideas that they give you in these challenges, and if you do it, it feels good. All right. And then you have my yearly bucket list. I love these things. And then you have some note pages. I think you have a good amount here. I feel like the Erin Condren Daily Duo has a little bit more, but don't quote me on that. I feel like they do. I did a review of it last month, so you can take a look at that in comparison. So this is where they differ. Your EC Daily Duo is going to have like the dashboard, has the split into 2 books and stuff like that, but it's not going to have this type of prep work. So maybe this is not your jam and that's your jam. So take a look at both and see which one speaks to you. Their colorway tabs are these, and it's nice and unique because they're like skinnier profiles, and you can see it follow. If you get like the happy stripe cover, they're gonna follow the colorway as well. So here you obviously have the tabs on this one because this is a dated planner. You have the sidebar for notes, a 2-page monthly setup, and a simplicity tip. So there's going to be a simplicity tip in every month. It's going to have a little bit of the same things as this challenge, but then some of them are also going to be different. You have the month before and the month after, which I think is very helpful when you're looking at monthly planning. And again, this starts in August. That's my only thing. I wish it started in July. And then the flags, you're gonna get used to that. Every Monday is gonna be this navy blue. Every Tuesday is gonna be this teal. All right, so here's the daily layout, which is beautifully simple, but just right of what I need. You have my day, to do, and notes, done. I love that because I'm a list person. I don't really mess around with decorating and stuff like that. I'm sorry, children live here. I have been recording for a while and they need to eat, so you're gonna hear some background noises. Anywho, I love that you have this sidebar and the time slot, and then I just use highlighters on here. I really don't decorate this or spend time with like stickers or anything like that, but some people do. You have from 6 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m., which is great. And there's no in between half-hour mark. So if there's something that's like 4:30, like my kiddo has Hebrew school at 4:30, I just write 4:30 and write whatever it is, or just write 30 on there. And people have like different ways of doing that. Now the difference with an EC Daily Duo is that this profile is bigger, especially if you get obviously a 7x9, or you can get it in A5. So the profile is bigger, and then you have the individual middle size. That is a little bit too much for me, but it's great for a lot of people. But this simplicity of this is golden to me. And maybe even if you want to use this as an everything thing because you only homeschool one child or whatever, that's an idea too. Now this is a difference of used to have Sunday prep that used to take up some spots on here, and now this page has changed. So now you still share a day with Saturday and Sunday. If not, this book would be humongous. And you have, that's why the Daily Do is split into 2 books. So and they don't share a day for Saturday and Sunday, but it's split into 2 books. You have Saturday and Sunday, and each of these have their 6 to 9 still, and then you have the to-do here, and then just a smaller spot for notes. There's no more Sunday prep on here because you guys already know what the Sunday prep is. It goes over it in the prep work and things like that. So that doesn't take away space from you. So again, you continue on, and then see, this is what I'm used to. You see how this tab, you open from here, the page that you're looking for is not here, it's after it. And the homeschool planner is not like that. Why does it bother me? I don't know. So this is gonna match the tab. So you can see that. And again, you're gonna have some simplicity tips throughout. So just so you can get an idea of the color changes, the font, simplicity, and this feels like the same pink to me. Is it the same? No, it's not. This one is more pinkish, this one's more red. It almost look the same, but it's like, you know, they're all pink there. All right, so then when you get to the end, that's it. There's no like fluff, there's no like, oh, here's the end or anything. There's just a single note page at the end, and then you have this beautiful cover. Again, purple's normally not my thing, but this is the lilac I can live with, okay? But each one, take a look at the covers because they each have like a different inside cover to match the cover, which is beautiful. And you can see here with the tag with Simplify by Emily Lay on here. I absolutely adore this cover. And let's take a look at these accessories here. So if you're marking your page, and like that page where I said for the homeschool planner that needed a tab, you can just put that there. These are very strong magnets, believe it or not, and they don't really let go. And I've used these in like a bunch of my planners. And I'm gonna take a couple pages on this one just so you can see what they look like on. All right, and then if you are having your book closed, you can see it off from the top too. But this, I could have gotten the navy. I almost got the navy, but I decided to bring in these little colors that you see in the cover, and also because this matched my other planner and I really like it. And this fits even a skinny pen or a thick pen. Bella, can you grab me some? That's just a mile liner. Obviously that doesn't look cute because it's a mile liner, not a pen, but that's what was near us. And that is, you know, super thick and it fits just fine. So I just had to work it in because it's new. And then this is just a simple little pencil. This is an EC pencil. You see my little assistant off to the side. And whether it's skinny, and you can put a really skinny one of their Emily Lay pens too, or thicker, and you can just clip this on and have it stay with her. Probably wouldn't want it pointing up, but wait, let's fix it. All right, and then it doesn't come off. So it's pretty like secure there. Now, if you're throwing this in the bag, I would use one of their planner pouches and stuff like that just to protect the coil. So the Homeschool Planner, that's Undated, and the Daily Planner, and all the accessories that I showed you. You will find the discount code if it's your first purchase for $15 off. And if you have any questions or something that you want to know about or comparison wise, just let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time, and happy planning.